She assaulted your spouse.
She was breaking her records.
Nathan cheated on me, sir. And there's a song on Hank Williams that he played it on purpose.
You're cheating hard.
She grabbed one of my vinyl records and she snapped it, grabbed her by her arms. I did squeeze harder than I thought I did.
So where are you staying?
In my vehicle.
This is very difficult for your family.
Yes,
Do you wish me to lift the bond condition?
I do, sir. Nathan has never touched me before.
Old people like me have records and it pains me to think of people breaking them.
This is Mr. and Mrs. Stressed the f*** out. They're tired. They're frustrated with each other and with their lot in life. Mrs. Stressed Out has troublesome health issues. Their children have troublesome health issues, and they opened their hearts and home to an adopted child who also has behavior issues because of the birth mother's junkie status. So when Mr. Stressed Out stepped out on the Mrs., they decided to separate. And while divvying up their stuff, anger got the best of them, and they both went on a vinyl record demolition derby. Naturally, Mr. got arrested. And all the judge's orders and all the judge's men put this strained family back together again? Let's roll, nerds.
This is file number 25504, People versus Nathan Armstrong. That's you?
Yes, sir.
We met. You're here with your lawyer, Mr. Paul Gibson, on a domestic violence or domestic assault charge. As I mentioned, we've had several of these today. In your case, the allegation is, let me look at the complaint. That on or about 3/18, just last March, you assaulted your spouse, Cassandra Armstrong. That is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Could affect your ability to keep or use or possess a firearm. The prosecutor has agreed to the domestic violence deferral. In that situation, the court could place you on a probation, and if you successfully complete the probation, charge would be taken off your record. There'd be no public record of conviction. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this?
No, sir.
Or promise you anything?
No.
You've been here, you've signed the waiver of rights, but you've heard me go through it a couple of times.
Yes.
You understand you're giving those rights up by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Give me a minute here. All right, at that time, March 18th, you and Cassandra are still married at that time?
Yeah, we're currently still married.
All right, but you're going through a separation or divorce?
Separation as of right now, yes.
All right, and on that particular day, were you guys like trying to divide up your stuff?
It was, yes and no. She was going through and throwing away a bunch of her stuff, and I was separating some of our stuff so that it didn't get thrown away.
And did that lead to some discord?
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
She had told me that she was leaving, and she had left, and then I was cleaning when she came home. I had taken the night off work because I didn't know if she was coming home. We have 3 children, 2 of which have special needs. And So I was cleaning up. The kids were upstairs. 2 of them were sleeping while our oldest was awake. And she started going through and throwing stuff away. And then she was breaking her records, vinyl records. And in the moment, I didn't make the best decision on trying to help her break what she was trying to break. And then I told her, I was like, if you're going to break them, we'll just throw them away. There's no sense of sitting here breaking everything, just throw it away. So I picked the stack of vinyl records up and started to walk away. And in the moment, she grabbed one of my vinyl records, sentimental value, and she snapped it. And then I grabbed her by her arms and positioned myself between my vinyl records and her. And then I did squeeze harder than I thought I did. Obviously, I left a mark on her left forearm or left bicep. And that's where that part came in, where I touched her without her consent.
All right. What do you do, sir?
I work at Pfizer Pharmaceuticals.
How old are you?
41.
A lot of 40-year-olds don't have a lot of records. I have about 800, which are currently, that's a long story. They were all organized, now they're disorganized, but old people like me have records, and it pains me to think of people breaking them. But we're going to get more information before we do the sentence. Now, it's always difficult when there is a no contact provision. So where are you staying?
In my vehicle.
I thought you told me that before. That can't sustain very long.
No, and it's only because I don't want to displace our children any more than we have to.
Well, I'm certainly in favor of that, but let's get this set sooner rather than later.
So she is here. And that's one of the
All right,
things
well,
that
let's talk about that. Are you Cassandra Armstrong? Why don't you have a seat over here if you would? I feel like I already know something about this, but I'm not sure how or why. Was there a landlord-tenant case or something involved in this?
No, sir.
All right. And you're Cassandra Armstrong?
Yes, sir.
And you are living in the house on Walnut Street?
I live every 7 days now. So Nathan stayed there the first 7 days. I came back Wednesday. He stayed in his car, and he'll stay in his car until next Wednesday. And then I'll leave, and it's his 7 days with the children. And I'll go back to my parents' house.
Where do your parents live?
Unfortunately, all the way in Middleton, an hour away from here. Well, from Three Rivers.
Where do you work?
I'm a stay-at-home mom. I lost my job at Bronson Hospital when our daughter was born. Unfortunately, we did not know she had all what she has.
How old is she?
She is 6 now. 4 months prior to having her, we were foster parents. We took in a child and we adopted her. So she's also 6, but because of the drug abuse that her biomom did, she's
got special needs also.
Special behavioral special needs, yes. And our oldest has low IQ.
All right. So this is very difficult for your family.
Yes.
All right. At this point, he's entered a plea, so I'm not concerned about him coercing you to not testify. Do you wish me to lift the bond condition?
I do, sir. Nathan has never touched me before.
All right. I'm reluctant to do this without input from the prosecutor.
I did ask the prosecutor if he would agree to that, and he said he was opposed to that at this point.
All right. Laura, could you see if we can get I'm not sure if they're still in the back. If we get Mr. Robert or someone from the prosecutor's office. No divorce has actually been filed.
No, sir. Soon I'll be going to the Cleveland Clinic for another transplant surgery. I just don't have a date set.
So you have medical problems also?
Yes. And I'm gonna need Nathan's help tremendously. This whole process. May we start pre-op exams and all the stuff for the surgery. And next week we have a pulmonary overnight stay for Elena at Helen to Boston Grand Rapids. She's got a G-tube, Puroband sequence, and a cleft palate.
And she's the 6-year-old?
Yep, she's our bio 6-year-old.
Okay. You've been sitting here all morning watching these court proceedings. You ever been to court before?
I have not.
Well, this is what a busy day in 3B District Court looks like.
Commend all of you on your patience.
Why break the records?
Sir, the hammer was used twice. I had a stack of records that his parents gave me, a friend gave me, and then we collected at the Busy Bee in Paw Paw. And I broke 2 of my records, and then Nathan tried to assist to help me break those records with the hammer. I moved my hands in time. He continued to break multiple
What's that?
records.
Okay, thanks.
He continued to break multiple records, and then he took the stack away from me. And that's when I looked at his pile and I broke the one record that I knew he played because Nathan cheated on me, sir. And there's a song on Hank Williams that says, "You're cheating heart." And he played it on purpose the week before to hurt my feelings. And it offended me. So I popped that one record of his. And that's when he grabbed my arms. Now, he's never grabbed me like that before. And that was the only reason why I was scared for the beginning. But I knew after he started yelling that he wasn't going to go any further. But the police said that they have to do their job. Otherwise,
Yes.
they could be fired.
Well, that's not exactly correct. But when I first started, it was very rare for someone to get arrested on a domestic assault. For one thing, they had to see it happen. The officers had to have a misdemeanor committed in their presence in order to make an arrest. And they normally weren't there when the assault went down. Well, the pendulum was swung very far in the other direction. Now, yes, the policies are to lean toward making an arrest under the fear that if they don't make an arrest, something else bad happens. And it's happened not to us, but across the country where they don't make an arrest and then there's a homicide later that night. So if nothing else, to diffuse the situation, usually somebody goes to jail. These are old classic Hank Williams Sr. records.
It was at 1, and the rest, he broke many of mine with a hammer, and I popped 2 of mine. So I broke 2 records, and he broke the rest with a hammer in my pile. So that's when I turned and seen his, and that's why I broke his, because I was so upset that he wouldn't let me go through and divide the records.
All right, this isn't about records. This is about the stress that you guys are under.
Yes, sir.
Nobody gets enough sleep. There's probably not enough money. Mr. O'Bear, why don't you come up and have a seat if you would? We just took a plea from Nathan Armstrong on a domestic assault.
Okay.
And this is the complaining witness. Her name is Cassandra Armstrong. They share a house on Walnut Street in Three Rivers. And what they're doing now is she's in the house for 7 days. He lives in his car for 7 days. She then goes to her parents and he lives in the house with the children. She has medical issues. The children have significant medical issues. She has appointments at Cleveland Clinic. One of the children has an appointment at Helen DeVos Hospital. Her parents live an hour away, and she would really like to be able to have contact for the family's medical needs. He has entered a plea, so I'm not concerned about coercion regarding her testimony.
So you're just wondering if it should be a condition of the probation?
Yeah, well, he's not on probation yet because I haven't done the sentence.
Oh, I didn't know because she was here. You were just
Well, I guess I could if you don't object to that.
no. I save everyone from
All
coming
right.
back if you're comfortable doing that.
Yes, well, I didn't want to do anything without you being here because
appreciate that.
I wanted to make sure that the prosecutor knew what was what.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Normally, the law requires I wait 10 days to do the sentence, but I don't feel the need to do that in light of the fact that I've got input from the complainant. And this is a DV with a deferral. Let's talk about that. The deferral would allow me to place you on a probation. And if you successfully complete the probation, that would be no public record of your conviction. Now, under the probation, no drugs and no alcohol, no assaultive or threatening behavior, and you're going to take our domestic violence class. And then I can lift the no contact provision of the bond because you won't be on bond, you'll be on probation. And everybody can live in the same house, but I'll have some supervision over the circumstance. And I don't know whether you should get divorced or you shouldn't get divorced. I know you should try to work together for the well-being of your kids. Mr. Gibson, is there anything else you wish to add?
No, I think that this was a very unfortunate incident, but I don't think that this is a very rare occurrence, and I don't expect anything like this to happen in the future. And I know that the defendant's very embarrassed about this situation, and he hopes that this is the last time that anything like this occurs. Thank you.
Mr. Armstrong, anything you want to tell me?
Our children are our world. So they come first. I definitely deeply hurt Cassie by my actions that I did.
Was alcohol involved here?
No, sorry.
No drugs, no alcohol. You both agree with it. Well, I can certainly see the stress. I can see it, that with this circumstance for the last 6 years, your life's probably been nothing but stress. Bless you for taking on a child with needs and bringing her into your home. And then you get your own needs. All right, any additional input, Mr. O'Bear?
No, nothing further, Your Honor.
And Ms. Armstrong, at this point, you want me to lift that no contact provision?
Please, sir.
All right, a fine is 0. This family's got enough financial problems. $75 crime victims' rights fee, $50 state minimum fee are required, $150 attorney fee, and $480 for the probation oversight fee. Pay for the class. I'm going to order 11 days jail credit one, leaving 10 days to serve. Of the 11 days, 10 are deferred. You're not gonna do any additional jail time if you do what I ask you to do.
Yes, sir.
Let's add up that fine. $755. No assaultive or threatening behavior. No drugs or alcohol. I don't think that's gonna be an issue. You're gonna do the anger management class. And no contact is lifted. All right, Ms. Armstrong, it's very helpful to have you here. Josh, thanks. I know you got other obligations. I think you're about it.
Thank you, Judge.
Are all the other cases done?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for teaching us both a lesson, but also helping our family.
All right, I hope so. I think this is gonna work. You both seem to be in about a good place, but I wish I'd give you each a good night's sleep and start from there. All right, you take that downstairs to the probation department. The no contact provision is lifted. You're not on bond, you're on probation. All right, you're good to go. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoy watching this content, please like and subscribe. It helps new channels like this one gain exposure. There is a lot more good court to come, so if you like what you saw, tell your friends. If you didn't, tell me and let me know what you'd like to see and how I can improve. Thanks.